Good morning. Welcome to the WEX Wakeup for Tuesday, November 21st. I'm Christy Matino. Our top story this morning, more money for Ukraine. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin announced a new military aid package of up to $100 million. That funding will be provided through the Presidential Drawdown Authority and comes from existing U.S. stockpiles.
The United States stands with Ukraine, and we're going to be with them for the long haul. This fight matters to the free world. The U.S. is always going to be on the side of democracy.
However, there is a slight dilemma. The U.S. is now running low on funding available for Ukraine. They're relying now on extra funds that were discovered during an accounting error, which showed an additional $6 billion in funding. And there's roughly $4.8 billion in the Presidential Drawdown Authority remaining for the country. And President Biden says he believes a deal to free hostages being held by Hamas in Gaza is closer than we think, although specifics remain unclear. Biden was asked by a reporter during the White House's annual turkey pardoning event whether the U.S. is close to securing the release of hostages, as discussions with Israeli officials are in the works.
Mr. President, is a hostage deal near? I believe so, but I'm not prepared to talk to you. Believe so? Yes. Thank you.
Israeli ambassador to the United States, Michael Herzog, said Israel is hopeful that a large number of hostages could be released soon.
They are very serious efforts, and I'm hopeful that we can have a deal in the coming days.
Reports claim Qatari mediators are helping to negotiate a deal between Hamas and Israel to free dozens of hostages in exchange for a temporary ceasefire. Now, under that deal, some Palestinian women and children would be freed from Israeli jails, and Hamas would release around 50 hostages from Gaza in exchange for a 3-day pause. And White House Press Secretary Jean-Pierre is defending President Biden as new polls continue to show people are worried about his age. Our Christian Day Talk has more from the White House.
Monday was President Joe Biden's 81st birthday, and during the press briefing, Jean-Pierre faced a number of questions about polling showing that Americans think President Biden is simply too old to do the job. Check out this exchange.
So it's just not my job. It's not my job to think through or to tell people what to think, right? Whether it's the American people out there or a political analyst or as your question is about David Axelrod. It's just not my place to speak to that. What I can speak to is how we see this, what our perspective is. Our perspective is that it's not about age. It's about the president's experience. That's what we believe.
The White House has argued that Biden's experience outweighs his age, yet polling on his economic approvals, job approval, and a potential matchup with former President Donald Trump have all continued to slip heading into the end of the year. For the Washington Examiner, I'm Christian Day Talk.
Thanks for joining us this morning on the WEX Wake Up. Be sure to give us a follow online and on social media so you stay in the know of all those headlines turning in politics.